Down the ski season, I'm still trying to learn ski songs. This is by William Slay, who is a Dartmouth fellow and wrote a number of songs back in the 30s. And he considers that this is his best effort. Come fellows, just buckle my boards on. Ski poles stand by my side. I'm off for the Lord's own snowfields, off for that long lost ride. You can lie in your musty old graveyards, enjoying your eternal rest, while I ski a trail down some heavenly vale, with lost sunsets in the west. Land, there's no uphill climbing, it's downhill forever and I need never fear for the weather, there won't be a cloud in the sky. My skis will never get broken, there's no such thing as a fall. I never will hear of a frostbitten ear, and I won't get tired at all. Get this thing hang on here. There's no amateur rating, each one is as good as the rest. The tempos and Christies come natural, perfection's no longer a quest. I'll slither through heavenly powder till smoke set the tails of my skis. There'll be nothing to learn, for I'll know every turn and use the ultimate ease. Come fellows, just buckle my boards on, my ski poles stand by my side. I'm off for the Lord's own snowfields, I'm off for that long lost ride. You can lie in your musty old graveyards, enjoying your eternal rest, while I ski a trail down some heavenly vale till sunsets in the west. And this is a Canadian. I'm going up to Canada, so I've got to learn a Canadian ski song here. We're having a get-together of our old ski school from back in the early 60s. And one of the fellows there runs a helicopter service up in the Monashee and Caribou Mountains, and he's invited us all for a reunion up there, so I can't resist the temptation for a free week of helicopter skiing. When it's ski time in the Rockies, we'll be trekking back some more with the ski bums of the mountains, as we have every year before. Again we'll tighten our boots up high above where the yodels ring, where skiers are the subjects and the mountains are their king. When it's ski time in the Rockies, that's where I long to be. It's a host of friendly faces that remain so dear to me. It's good fellowship and laughter with a happy singing throng. When it's ski time in the Rockies, I know that's where I belong. Thank you.
That was Bill Briggs, and you'll be seeing Bill up here on stage all evening. He takes over as MC. Next we have a fellow. This is his third appearance here at the Hootenanny. This is Bob Stewart.
Let's see.
Bodrum?
Pardon me?
Is that a bodrum?
I don't know. It's a drum. A room drum. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. This first song was written by Norman Blake, and it's called Lincoln's Funeral Train. On the 21st of April, 1865, 3:31 left Washington, Lincoln's last train ride. Cannons boomed, the bonfires burned, and the evergreens wore crepe. 3:31 in the morning sun did her sad journey make. See that train coming, boys, rolling down the main. Draped in black, she won't be back, it's Lincoln's funeral train. With a portrait of a martyred man shot down by a traitor. Now toll the bell and bid farewell to the great emancipator. And on the locomotive front his picture adorning, in the oil lamps gleaming yellow light, rumbling on to morning. The engine Nashville number 15 with her black flags flying ran from Cleveland to Springfield past the mourners crying. See that train coming, boys, rolling down the main. Draped in black, she won't be back, it's Lincoln's funeral train. With a portrait of a martyred man shot down by a traitor. Now toll the bell and bid farewell to the great emancipator. Crowds jammed the streets for a final look at the great man who had stood at the country's own through the bitter war that seemed of little good. Felled by the bullet of John Wilkes Booth as the battle died away, his guiding spirit to reconcile by absence brought dismay. See that train coming, boys, rolling down the main. Draped in black, she won't be back, it's Lincoln's funeral train. With a portrait of a martyred man shot down by a traitor. Now toll the bell and bid farewell to the great emancipator. Toll the bell and bid farewell to the great emancipator.
This next song I learned off a Bruce Coburn album, and he learned it from an old blues person, some blind person, I think. Anyway, blind melon something or other. You know. It's called, what is it called? What is the Soul of a Man? It's called. I'm going to ask the question. Please answer if you can. Is there anybody's children can tell me? What is the soul of a man? Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. Won't somebody tell me? Tell me what is the soul of a man? I've traveled different countries. I've traveled to the furthest lands. Couldn't find nobody could tell me. What about the soul of a man? Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. Won't somebody tell me? Tell me what is the soul of a man? I saw a crowd stand talking. I just came up in time. Was teaching the lawyers and the doctors that a man ain't nothing but his mind. Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. Won't somebody tell me? Tell me what is the soul of a man? I read the Bible often. I tried to read it right. As far as I can understand, it's nothing but a burning light. Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. Won't somebody tell me? Tell me what is the soul of a man? When Christ taught in the temple, the people all stood amazed. Was teaching the lawyers and the doctors how to raise a man from the grave. Won't somebody tell me? Answer if you can. Won't somebody tell me? Tell me what is the soul of a man? Thank you very much.
Bob Stewart. Been here a couple of times before. You got good music. All right, we've got a fellow here for the first time, and I think he is quite a musician. He's been playing at these folk festivals, bluegrass festival. I think he's a banjo player. Please welcome Bill Lynch. He's coming from the far corner over there. He's getting out a guitar.
Hi. I like to play fiddle tunes. So I like to tell fiddle jokes. Like, for instance, you know, to tell if the fiddle's out of tune, if the bow is moving. Anyway, this is called Woodchopper's Reel. This is a Norman Blake song. I just kind of like Norman Blake. Before I start this, what has 24 legs and 2 teeth? The front row of a banjo workshop. I've been hanging out of town in that low-down rain, watching Good Time Charlie folks driving me insane. Down on shady Charlotte Street, the green lights look red. Wish I was back home on the farm in my old feather bed. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Wish I had some guitar strings, old black diamond brand. I'd go and join some band. I guess I'm gonna stay right here and pick and sing a while. Try and make myself a little change, give them folks a smile. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose these thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Page 21 and I stuck it in my shoes. I gave me a nickel to the poor, my good turn for the day. I folded up my old billfold and I threw it far away. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. These thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Finally, you know what you call a guitar player without a girlfriend? Homeless. Thank you.
Bill Lynch. All right. Good to have some fresh blood in here. All right. Back to the old blood here. We've got fellow's been away for a week. Don't know where he's been or what he's been doing, but he's back to play some music, and I think he's been lonely for it. Here is John Cook.
You're introduced to Dawn. We did start at 6.
I know, but Patrick's not here. It threw me off. Uh-oh. We got the tight wire syndrome, Dick. You didn't leave enough wire up here. Here.
Okay.
See, there.
Didn't know they did it on purpose.
Come on, Doug Woody and Hank Phibbs, please make them welcome. Yeah, we practiced a couple of songs we are now going to attempt to do as well as we practiced them. Let's see, that one comes second. What's the first one? Oh, right, yeah. New Jimmy Rogers tune, Blue Yodel number 9, otherwise known as Standing on the Corner. And on the original recording, Louis Armstrong was on cornet, but since he wasn't available, we got Hank on Dora.
Good trade there.
So don't feel that, you know.
At least I'm not dead.
Standing on the corner, I didn't mean no harm. Along come a police, took me by the arm. It was down in Memphis, the corner of Beale and Main. He said, big boy, you'd have to give me your name. De-o-de-lay, hey-o-lay. I said, you find my name on the tail of my shirt. I'm a Tennessee hustler, don't have to work. Listen, all you rounders, better leave my woman alone, or I will get my special and run all you rounders home. De-o-de-lay, hey-o-lay. Now my good gal loves me, everybody knows. She paid $100 cash just for me a suit of clothes. She come to the joint, a 44 in each hand. Said, stand aside all you women and men, 'cause I'm looking for my man. De-o-de-lay, hey-o-lay. Do that again. Yeah, I was standing on the corner, I didn't mean no harm. Along come a police, took me by the arm. It was down in Memphis, the corner of Beale and Main. He said, big boy, you'd have to give me your name. De-o-de-lay, hey-o-lay. Oh, thank you. We're going to get Pete Carney up here. He came in about 15 seconds before the end of that last song, and I said, you know Big Sandy? He said, huh? I said, it's the one like, you know, Dwight Yoakam, it's like Bury Me Beneath the Willow. He said, oh yeah, I know. I said, the bridge goes up to the 4. He said, sing me the bridge. So I played him 2 bars of the bridge. He said, I know that. So we trust that he's totally prepared for this song. But you know, you have to admire his courage. I mean, 4 weeks ago, this guy didn't play the bass, and he's having fun.
It looks good with it. It looks good.
He's having fun, and we're having fun having a bass down in the basement. You know, Jennifer Kronberger actually got up on the stage and played bass really well with Tucker one night, I thought, and I kept telling her to stick to it, but she hasn't come back, so...
She don't need the work.
Pete is standing in. Okay, this song goes kind of like this. You're just going to kind of find a place to squeeze in slowly as I kick this thing off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big Sandy. Down in those blue-gray mountains, rest my soul in those hills of cold. Till this old earth starts to tremble, won't you mourn for me when my soul is free? Woman, don't you cry, bury me along the Big Sandy, under a blue Kentucky sky. This old town made of sin, it's about to do me in. I don't know how much I can stand, with my knees on the street and my heart at their feet. I'm forced to beg from Satan's hand. So just bury me along the Big Sandy, down in those blue-gray mountains. Rest my soul in those hills of cold, till this old earth starts to tremble. Won't you mourn for me when my soul is free? Woman, don't you cry, bury me along the Big Sandy, under a blue Kentucky sky. Came to this land, I was strong and I could stand. Now somehow I've lost my way, yet I still see the truth in the teachings of my youth. I know that the Lord ain't turned away, so just bury me along the Big Sandy, down in those blue-gray mountains. Rest my soul in those hills of cold, till this old earth starts to tremble. Won't you mourn for me when my soul is free? Woman, don't you cry, bury me along the Big Sandy, under a blue Kentucky sky. So just bury me along the Big Sandy, down in those blue-gray mountains. Rest my soul in those hills of cold, till this old earth starts to tremble. Don't you mourn for me when my soul is free? Woman, don't you cry, bury me along the Big Sandy, under a blue Kentucky sky. Under a blue Kentucky sky, one more. Under a blue Kentucky sky. Thank you, and thank Hank Fibbs, Pete Carney, and Doug Woody.
Well, he likes those songs and does a good job of it. It's Greg Keckler.
Hey, Greg. Hey,
Thank you. This is an old-time cowboy song. I don't really know where it comes from, but my first guess would be in one of those old 50s or 40s or 30s westerns. The kind of movies I grew up on. This is called The Navajo Trail. Every day along about evening, when the twilight's beginning to fade, ride to the slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. When it's twilight and crickets are calling and coyotes are making a wail, I dream by a smoldering fire listen to the music while the wind is strumming a sage-bush guitar. While over yonder hill the moon is climbing, it always finds me wishing on a star. What do you know? It's morning already. There's a dawning so silver and pale. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. But I love to lie and listen to the music while the wind is strumming a sagebush guitar. While over yonder hill the moon is climbing, it always finds me wishing on a star. What do you know? It's morning already. There's a dawning so silver and pale. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Thank you. Here's kind of an old bluegrassy, kind of a blues song. Not tonight as I write this note to you, I hope you're satisfied. It'll be so hard to go through this world with a broken heart inside. Don't think that I've grown tired of you or found somebody new. For you were all that I ever had, and I love no one but you. Now when you read this note, my dear, I hope you'll understand and think of the one that loves you best, this broken-hearted man. Don't think that I've grown tired of you or found somebody new. For you were all that I ever had, and I love no one but you. And now that I have loved and lost, I hope you're satisfied. It'll be so hard to go through this world with a broken heart inside. Don't think that I've grown tired of you or found somebody new. For you were all that I ever had, and I love no one but you. Thank you very much.
Greg Keckler, Western Songs here. All right. We've got a ballad singer back with us again. He's been gone for a couple of weeks, my co-hoot. And I'm not sure just where he went. He said he hasn't picked up a guitar in the meanwhile. So here he is, rusty again, Dick Barker.
Well, very soon, in a couple months, it will get busy again. And Utah Phillips wrote a song that he called the Colorado State Song. We've changed a couple words to make the state fit. Well, understand that Boeing lost a contract. They're laying off 1,000 engineers. They all want to move to old Wyoming. open up the charge account at Sears. Oh, you can visit now and then. Bring your money, bring your friends, bring your campers and your Winnebagos too. Bring your festivals and dope, and we all sincerely hope that you won't forget to leave when you get through. Now I see 'em standing out along the highway with big red packs and long shaggy hair. They all want to ride to old Wyoming, but I don't care, I'll leave 'em standing there. Oh, you can visit now and then. Bring your money, bring your friends, bring your campers and your Winnebagos too. Bring your festivals and dope, and we all sincerely hope that you won't forget to leave when you get through. Now we got a lot of trouble with the jet set. Those lazy no-good bastards love to ski. They all want to move to old Wyoming and buy up all our mountain scenery. Oh, you can visit now and then. Bring your money, bring your friends, bring your campers and your Winnebagos too. Bring your festivals and dope, and we all sincerely hope that you won't forget to leave when you get through. I've traveled all up and down this country. I've seen many a different kind of bum. They all want to move to old Wyoming and make it just like all those eastern slums. Oh, you can visit now and then. Bring your money, bring your friends, bring your campers and your Winnebagos too. Bring your festivals and dope, and we all sincerely hope that you won't forget to leave when you get through. Well, Utah Phillips wrote that, folks, not me. There are a lot of songs of the old cowboy songs that seem to be about why I am here, why I'm out on the range, why everything went wrong. And most of them are, there's a lot of really tragic ones. They killed their best friend over a girl, and now he's out here on the range. There's another one where he's out on the range and he gets this Dear John letter, and he rides off and he gets drunk and he goes back into town and he sees them sitting on the porch and he pulls out his Winchester and knocks them both off and back out on the range. Quite a few of them like that, but this is another one of those with a slightly different ending. Kind friends, if you will listen, a story I will tell about a final bust-up that happened down in Bell. I courted a brown-eyed maiden who went by the name of Lee, and when I popped the question, she said she'd marry me. I went out and bought the license March 1899, expecting in a few days that darling would be mine. But her mother grew quite angry. She said it could not be. She said she had another man picked out for brown-eyed Lee. She talked to friends and neighbors. She said that she would fight. She said she'd get her gun out and put old Red to flight. But lovers laugh at shooters and the old she-devil too. I said I'll have my darling if she doesn't prove untrue. I borrowed Dad's old buggy and I got Jim's 41. I started down to Kearns's thinking I would have some fun. Now I ain't the one to crawfish when I am in a tight. I said I'll have my angel and I'll not be put to flight. I got down to Kearns's with the devil in my head. I said I'll have my darling or I'll leave the old folks dead. Good fortune fell upon me, my darling proved untrue. I gave her back her letters, I bid her a fond adieu. I pressed her to my aching heart, kissed her a last farewell. I prayed a permanent prayer to God to send her ma to hell. I sold my cows to JMG, my corn to KMP, and I cursed the day that I first met that darling Angel Lee. Thank you.
Dick Barker. And we have another new fellow. I'm not sure just where he's from or what he plays for us, but we'll soon find out. This is Dave Benson. Please welcome him here.
Howdy. Ely, Minnesota, if anyone knows where that is. Part-time. Continental Divide, part-time.
Put the mic down a little bit.
Mic down. Been a while since I've played on a stage. Kind of a bluegrass thing. I have no clue who wrote it. Someone out here probably knows who wrote it. And I've learned if I forget words, I took a little advice from Jerry Jeff Walker. Heard him say once, just start mumbling. So, I mumble a lot. Too late to feel sorrow, too late to feel pain. He's just an old hobo, lost in a rain game, but never caused trouble. So don't have no fear. He's just an old hobo, so me far away from here. He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing no hard to do. He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing no hard to do. Oh, don't ask no questions, don't tell no lies. He was a war hero, something like that. That's how he hurt his leg. But he killed 30 Indians, one cannonball. He's just an old hobo now, lost and asleep out in the hall. He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing no hard to do. Woo! He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing no hard to do. Trying to hole. He's just an old hobo now, sleep out in the hall. Yeah, used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing more to do. He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing more to do. He used to be a gambling man, just like you. Till he sank so low, there's nothing more to do. Alright, something not quite as old. A friend of mine on the way down here mentioned this tune, and I like this tune, and I kind of got some words to it, and I make them up sometimes, but this is one of my tunes. It's about a girl and about a guitar. I'm sure a lot of people have written tunes about that. She said, with a pretty smile, I think we should just be friends. It happens to me time and time again. And I reach down, pick up my only friend. Good old guitar. Hey. With my band on a Sunday afternoon, the girl walked up and said, "Man, I love your tune." I said to her, "How'd you like to go to a show?" And I guess you can guess what she said. Met a girl with long blonde hair, ponytail hanging down, eyes so blue, well, just shine like the moon. You know, I looked up at her, and then looked down at my guitar, and I said to myself, man, how can I love my guitar more than I love her? Then I said, cold, cold eyes, honey, baby, sugar, just be friends. That's what I said. Reach down, pick up my only friend. Wrote her this song. Hey. Now I think
That was Steve Benson. Next we have a fellow that usually comes in late, but he got here a little bit earlier than usual. Has odd songs he picks up here and there, and you never know quite what to expect. Here is Cal Clover.
People, what is that? Everybody knows what that is. What is that? Come on. Mountain dulcimer, yeah. Somebody told me that's the only Native American instrument I heard one time. I mean, it was actually invented here. It's a lot brighter this time. Hey, there's old Bill Meaner. Everybody looks. Yeah, we should do some history of what all really took place here. Bill Meaner's cabin is very visible over there. 1893, had the first homestead on the west side of the Snake River there, and his brother Holiday Meaner, of course, had a little limestone quarry right in this spot. I guess that's another story. It's April. April made it. I'm so happy because a lot of us get a chance to get out of the valley and get to be warmer climes. Simon and Garfunkel. We play a lot of folk music up here, but not a lot of people do much Simon and Garfunkel. I haven't heard it over the years. But this song, Simon and Garfunkel relate April through September and the seasons and stuff that happens in the changing of the seasons to changing of what might happen in a love affair. Everything's so new and bright and promising and fresh in April and the beginning of a love affair. Soon we'll see the Chislers out already. You went to Ground Squirrels, right? Everybody's seen them. They made their appearance. Anybody seen a Spring Beauty? Have they made their appearance yet? Soon. What's happening, Jan? The Robins are out? Our bird expert. Anything else show up today in the last couple days? Anything? A Winnebago. We need comic relief up there. Oh yeah, great. Okay. So one of the early Simon and Garfunkel songs, I think this might have even come off their first album. Una más.
When streams are ripe and swelled with rain, may she will stay, resting in my arms again. June, she'll change her tune. July high she will fly and give no warning to her flight. August, dashing must. September I'll remember. A love once new has now grown old.
Thank you. Okay, is this going to work? Can I guess, a little bit. Is that okay? Oop. Stay. Another song, yeah, this is the Mountain Dulcimer. If anybody wants to pick up a musical instrument and feel they have no ability whatsoever, this is the instrument to pick up. It's mountain dulcimer. You can learn it in 10 minutes. And then the artist festivals that we have here in August and the festivals we have here in August. It's a carnival over there. You want to do something up here? Well, I'm trying to play it, but you guys are like... Anyway, this is a cello. This thing's called a cello. Wait a minute. It's a mountain dulcimer, and the guy that comes around every August and sells these, this is one's birch. You can buy them $80 or something. You too can be a mountain musician. This is a song by a fellow named Richard Farina. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him. He actually married Joan Baez's sister, Mimi, and for a while he just played incredible music with the dulcimer and Mimi. He took the Newport Folk Festival by storm in 1965, evidently, when he showed up with this contraption, and he wrote one fantastic novel called Been Down So Long It Looks Like Up to Me. But Richard Farina, if anybody's looking for a good novel, good music, pick up his music. He plays dulcimer, and this is kind of a happy song about getting on the road and feeling good about it.
Well, there's no use crying and talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, nobody knows what you've seen. Ah, but if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them, I know how to use them, give them all to me. And there's no use rambling, going by the roadside, looking for a spirit that's free. Too many highways, and nobody knows what you've seen. Ah, but if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them, I know how to use them, give them all to me. Roaming, dreaming in the darkness, seeking out a satisfied mind. No one beside you, no one to guide you, and nobody's walking behind. Ah, but if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them, I know how to use them, give them all to me.
Thank you.
That was Cal Clover. I hate to think what's coming up next. But here he is, Pete Carney and company.
I don't know yet. We'll listen.
Good.
We've, Dick has missed a couple of hootenannies, and And boy, were we ever bad boys when he was gone. We had more musicians up at the wrong times and stuff like that. And I would have to apologize because I was expecting a child of unmarried parents, Tucker Smith, to show up tonight, and he didn't. And so yeah, he was supposed to play that other song for him, but I couldn't do it. So we had to put the same band up here twice, which is very important. But we've cleared it. We've got Hank Fitz here, the legal counsel.
I plead no contest.
This is an old Hank Snow song. Very obscure one, in fact. Oh, I'm close enough. Red Eye, you gotta kind of kick it. I'm heading out on the rails, we've been carrying the mails, we've been carrying your troubles to me. You told me more lies than all of the cross ties from Biscuit to Hotel to see nobody knew your little game. Now I'm giving you the blame. In the smoke and the fog of that old switch iron and that dreary whistle's farewell. You told me more lies than all of the cross ties from Biscuit to Hotel to see nobody knew your little game. Now I'm giving you the blame. And the noise of the crowd, I hear you crying out loud, standing at the station door. You won a two-time game and have done the fame, but you'll never come back no more. And in your letter you said that you were going to do it. Let's pick it. Your little joke was fine, but that old punchline just didn't rest with me. So to tell you new day that he better vacate, get out of my hole and leave. And this game to win. When I find you, I'm moving in. Done. You crying aloud, standing at the station door. It was a two-time game and a month of fun, and today don't stand no more. I'm playing this game to win. When I find you, I'm moving in. I'm playing this game to win. When I find you, I'm moving in. Hey, Gary. Oh, there you are. Take your time. I broke down and smoked a couple of cigarettes last night at a weak moment. Blew out my yodel. We're going to use it anyway, whether it cracks or not.
What are we in now?
D, this one's D.
Elmo. This is a little yodel?
No, it's just a bad yodel. We're in E. We're doing Dang Me. Dang Me. Old Roger Miller songs. Everybody ready? Okay. Well, here I sit high, getting ideas. Ain't no one a fool to live like this. Out all night and running wild. Mama sitting home with a one-month child. So dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Woman, would you wait for me? Pick one. Okay, what's up? Alright, wait a second. Wait. Alright. Out all night, drinking with the guys. 6 rounds more, 9.5. Spent the groceries for me. This is my favorite one. They say roses are red and violets are purple. Sugar is sweet, and so's maple syrup. I'm the son of a seventh son. My daddy was a pistol, I'm a son of a gun. So dang it, they ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Woman, would you weep for me?
That's quality music there by Pete Carney. Quality barnyard music, I think. All right. Moving ahead, we have a fellow that comes up from Texas here. Joined us here in Jackson a few years ago. Brought along with him a bunch of songs. Always good to hear. This is Gary Smith.
All right, Gary. Hey, Gary.
Might as well bring them all.
Can't get rid of it.
I'm a recurring nightmare.
You want to get over here?
I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay.
We're going to be in D.
Guys over here, I'm
Might end up in Q, I don't know. How mountain girls can love. Riding the night in a high cold wind on the trail of the old lonesome pine, thinking of you, feeling so blue, wonder why I left you behind. Well, get on, boys, come back home, back to the girl you love. Treat her right, never wrong, how mountain girls can love. Remember the night we strolled down the lane, my heart was gay and happy then. Whispered to me as I held you tight, you wish this night would never end. Well, get on, boys, go back home, back to the girl you love. Treat her right, never wrong, how mountain girls can love. Well, go down, girls, go back home, back to the girl you love. Treat her right, never wrong, how mountain girls can love. Thank you.
Okay.
We're an A. We should have been last time. Your love is like a flower. springtime it blossoms so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, they tell me that's the way of your love. Remember the night, little darling, we're sitting on the banks of the stream, when you whispered so sweetly, I love you. The waters, they murmured a tune. Oh, they tell me your love is like a flower. The springtime it blossoms so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, they tell me that's the way of your love. Remember the night, little darling, we're talking of days gone by. You said that you always would love me, that your love for me would never die. They tell me your love is like a flower. The springtime it blossoms so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, they tell me that's the way of your love. Remember the night, little darling, talking of days gone by. Say that you always love me, love for me would never die. But they tell me your love is like a flower. In the springtime it blossoms so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, they tell me that's the way of your love. Thank you.
That finishes up our first round. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back with a bunch, all of them back again, and probably some more. See you in about 12 minutes.
All right, if everyone can take their seats, we will get started with the second round. Thank you. We have a pretty good crowd here tonight. Thanks for coming up. We've been doing these Hootenannies now for a little over 5 years, every Monday night. And and I'm sure there have been some people come in since we started, we do ask two things every night. And the first is, please no smoking in here for the rest of the evening, and we really encourage everyone to kind of follow along with what's been a nice tradition here of not talking while the performers are on the stage, because we don't try to overpower you with a big acoustic system, PA system. We just use a microphone for a bit of voice enhancement and try to let everyone hear the music. We are going to do a second round of a couple songs from each of the people you've already heard, and looks like one more person has signed up, so you'll hear him toward the end of this, another new person. Hear him at the end of this round. So we'll start once again with Bill Briggs.
I don't know which one to do first. Okay, this is a song. It says here it's a good one for learning to yodel. Oh boy. It's a Swiss melody. Oh bells they are ringing, ho-la-bo-dee, parrots they are singing, ho-la-bo-dee, out on the mountain, ho-la-bo-dee, on a mountain high. High on a mountain so happy and free, there lives a maid and she dearly loves me. Down in the valley we're learning to ski upon a mountain high. Bells they are ringing, ho-la-bo-dee, birds are singing, ho-la-bo-dee, on the mountain, ho-la-bo-dee, on a mountain high. On the mountain so happy we'll be, that's where the clouds go eventually. They let go the snow so we can all ski up on the mountain high. Bells they are ringing, ho-la-bo-dee, birds they are singing, ho-la-bo-dee, mountain, ho-la-bo-dee, up on a mountain high. This is an old English drinking song. We used to sit around in the afternoon and guzzle beer and sing these songs, and there were a whole bunch of them. Back in the early 50s. I don't hear this much anymore. Oh, landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl till it doth run over. For tonight we'll marry my bee, for tonight we'll marry my bee, for tonight we'll marry my bee, tomorrow we'll be sober. Now there's ski words to this. Oh, the man who skis with a mighty shush and takes the trails wide open. Man who skis with a mighty shush and takes the trails wide open. Skis till he hits a tree, skis till he hits a tree, skis till he hits a tree, and all his bones are broken. And the man who skis with well-bent knees and plenty of vorlager, that's forward lean. Man who skis with well-bent knees and plenty of vorlager, skis as he ought to ski, skis as he ought to ski, skis as he ought to ski, and lives to drink his lager. And the man who shushes Tuckerman's, that's on Mount Washington back east. It's a terribly steep thing on a mountainside up there, and favorite place to ski this time of year. It's sort of like skiing down the Grand Teton. Oh, the man who shushes Tuckerman's at 90 miles an hour, the man who shushes Tuckerman's at 90 miles an hour, has a pretty funeral, has a pretty funeral, has a pretty funeral, and lots of pretty flowers. Thank you.
To those of you who don't know, but Bill Briggs was the first person to ski the Grand Teton. Yep. I've seen articles where they call him the father of extreme sports. Okay, the next, once again, Bob Stewart.
Consumed it. Need something stronger. I'll tell you all a joke. What the heck? There's a Bill Clinton joke. I'm sure you've heard a million of them. There's a Bill at a press conference. I never told that woman to lie in her deposition. I told her to lie in a different position. This is a Bob Dylan song. Oh sister, when I come to lie in your arms, you should not treat me like a stranger. Our Father would not like the way that you act, and you must realize the danger. Oh sister, am I not a brother to you, and one deserving of affection? And is our purpose not the same on this earth, to love and follow His direction? We grew up together from the cradle to the grave, died and were reborn and then mysteriously saved. Oh sister, when I come to knock on your door, don't turn away, you create sorrow. Time is an ocean, but it ends at the shore. You may not see me tomorrow. And this second one is by Bruce Coburn. It's called Star Wheel, and it's a lament. And I think almost all my songs are laments, so I'm trying to figure that out, what that means. Okay. Orion's high in the southwest sky. You're bound to move on, and so am I. On this world we've had time to burn. How come nobody ever seems to learn? See how the star wheel turns. Crystal drift on the whistling wind. Constant change is the space we're in. You may use a slide rule or a golden crown, but nothing's worth it that you can pin down. See how the star wheel turns. Don't go playing no shell game with God. Only Satan's going to give you odds. We're given love, love must be returned.
That's all the bearings that you need to learn. See how the star wheel turns. See how the star wheel turns. Thanks very much.
Hi, Bill. Hi. That's Bob Stewart. Good job. All right, we're moving on to this other fellow's here for the first time. Plays guitar, sings songs, does a good job of it. Bill Lynch.
I'm waiting on the rest of the guys to come in out of the kitchen. Is that okay? We just met back there and decided we know a few songs together.
They know?
Yeah, I think they thought I was fourth or something. Oh,
You know whiskey for breakfast?
Indeed. Yeah. Okay. We just met, so if these guys screw up, it's probably my fault.
These guys?
No bass? Is
Mr. Bass is there.
We're lots of days.
Yep. Oh, easy.
You may not want whiskey.
there another guitar player? Someone put lights are on, huh?
All right, waste some time.
Does everybody know the difference between a violin and a fiddle?
What's the difference between a violin and a fiddle?
The fiddle's the one with the beer stains all over it.
Do I know this?
Yeah.
You know You know whiskey for breakfast?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See?
Okay, I guess we all got the same song. 2, 3, 4. Sunshine, I was walking down the street, not feeling so fine. I saw two old men with a bottle between them. This was a song that I heard them singing. Lord, preserve us and protect us. We've been drinking whiskey for breakfast. Sitting and I couldn't believe how drunk they was getting. I said, old man, you've been drinking long. They said, long enough to start singing this song. Lord, serve us and protect us. We've been drinking whiskey for breakfast. said, have a little sip. Felt so good that I just couldn't quit. I drank a little more, next thing I knew, there's three of us sitting there singing this tune. Lord, preserve us and protect us. We've been drinking whiskey for breakfast.
It's just 3 chords, man. I promise.
This is a fiddle tune called Black Mountain Rag.
That's all right, there's no singing.
Bill Lynch, and he gathers in some bluegrass players here. Good music. That Whiskey Before Breakfast, boy, it's hard to get the words out on that. That's amazing. I've only heard them once or twice. Wonderful theme to that. Whiskey Before Breakfast. It's just exactly what we all need. Moving along, we have Mr. Cook back with us again. I imagine he's going to drag up some of these guys from the wine cellar. John Cook.
Who am I playing with this time?
All right, Hank. Hey, Henry.
Hey, I'm playing with Hank. What are we doing, Hank? Can we get one of these way over there, like out of the way? Thank you. Well, learn a lot of other people's songs, and then you get up here and you say, so that's what it's like here. You're in focus there? Yeah. Good, okay. The 9-pound hammer, just a little too heavy for my size, buddy, for my size. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? It's a long way to Hazard, it's a long way to Hart, just to get a little booze, to get a little booze. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? The 9-pound hammer rings like silver, shine like gold, buddy, shine like gold. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? I'm going on the mountain, gonna see my baby. Ain't coming back, ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? The 9-pound hammer killed John Henry, won't kill me, buddy, won't kill me. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? This 9-pound hammer, just a little too heavy for my size, buddy, for my size. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheel won't go? Thank you, Hank. Now here comes a truly courageous man. We were practicing this song downstairs, and we'd gotten pretty much through the first verse when somebody ran down and said, "You have to come up immediately and play on stage," where he has been ever since. So he's got a rough idea how this song goes, but that's fine, because that's about what I've got. I dug this out of the songbook the other day. It's a song that Gene Clark wrote. Gene Clark of the Byrds, a long time ago, after the Byrds, but only just. And it's a real pretty song. I don't know what it's really called, but I call it Polly Come Home, because that's what it keeps saying in the chorus. If the wild bird could speak, he'd tell of places you have been. He's been in my dreams, and he knows all the ways of the wind. Polly, come home again. Spread your wings to the wind. I felt much of the pain as it did begins. Dreams cover much time, still they leave blind the will to begin. I've looked for you there, and now look for you from within. Holly, come home again. Spread your wings to the wind. I felt much of the pain as it begins. Holly, come home again. Spread your wings to the wind. I felt much of the pain as it begins. Thank you, Doug Woody.
John Cook. Oh, he does such a good job.
Fun thing, huh? I really wanted to do this next song right now. I hope you'll forgive me. I know John just did a slow song. I'm going to do a lullaby for you, if you'll permit me, and then we're going to try and liven it up a little bit after this. I got two lovely little boys at home. One just had his first birthday, and the other one's just coming 3, and this is a song that we sing around the house quite a bit late at night around bedtime. Close your sleepy eyes, my little buckaroo, while the light from western sky shines down on you. It's time to rest, another day is through. So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. Good night. Close your eyes, my little buckaroo. Don't you know it's time to round up a dream or two? So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. The mighty oak tree from the little acorn grew. Buffalo Bill, he was once a kid like you. Soon you'll ride the range like the grown-up cowboys do. So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. Good night, good night. Close your eyes, my little buckaroo. Don't you know it's time to round up a dream or two? So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. Good night, good night. Close your eyes, my little buckaroo. Don't you know it's time to round up a dream or two? So go to sleep, my little buckaroo. Doug and John up here to help me on that. We're gonna do an old-time fiddle tune. Lord only knows where this comes from. I heard it. The oldest recorded version I've heard of this was by Charlie Poole, North Carolina Ramblers. Recorded back in the early 30s, I believe. This is called Ragtime Annie. Kick it off for me, Doug, please.
It's Craig Keckler and company. All right, moving on here. We got our Hoot back here after a couple of weeks away. Here's Dick Backer.
It was an interesting time back in the 50s of trying to find folk music out in this part of the country. Back in New York and some of the other cities, you could find Stinson, Folkways, Tradition, Electra albums, and hear some of the music that was going on. But out here, couldn't get any of those labels here in Jackson Hole. In fact, the only place you could buy a record back then was in Carl Lindquist's repair TV and radio repair store, and he had a few, and Idaho Falls didn't have anything of folk music. Couldn't find much in Salt Lake. There were sources of some good albums down in the Colorado college towns in Fort Collins and Boulder, but we swapped a lot of songs. We learned songs from each other, not so much from records and tapes. And Bill Briggs was one of my sources. I went to college down in Colorado, CSU, and learned some songs down there. Would come up and we would swap songs in the summer. In the fall, actually it was late summer, in August of 1960, Bill came out here to do a climb, and he brought some friends with him, and a fellow by the name of Jim Butler. And I spent a couple days with my tape recorder doing, he knew hundreds of songs, Jim Butler did, and got a lot of songs from him. And this is one. It's an old melody, square dance type melody, called Old Joe Clark, the melody of Old Joe Clark. That's and the words went, now old Joe Clark, the preacher's son, preached all over the plain. The only text that he ever did learn was high-low jack in the game. Well, Jim told this story. Apparently Fred Allen, the radio comedian, thought that there had been enough songs about hillbillies, so he took this tune of Old Joe Clark and he put new words to it, and he called this the City Billy Song. Come listen, folks, I'll sing you a song, a different sort of ditty. Our hero didn't live in the hills, he lived in New York City. Our hero lived in New York City, his name was Homer Tracy. He worked in a department store, the store that was owned by Macy. Yes, Homer was a city boy, he wore an Atom hat. He took the BMT to work and he ate an automat. Our hero was a floor walker, his name was Homer Tracy. He worked in a department store, the store that was owned by Macy. Once Macy's had a girdle sale, the mob had lost its head. They trampled Homer till the closing time and they left him there for dead. His white gardenia stained with blood, the blood of Homer Tracy. There was gore on the floor to the department store, the store that was owned by Macy. In his coffin Homer lay with a smile, you know, with a smile on his face meant Homer Tracy was still with Macy's. They buried him in the basement. Now the epitaph on Homer's grave says, life is but a symbol. I might have been alive today if I had worked for Gimbel. Thank you. Well, I'm going to leave you tonight with an old English lullaby. Greg sang a lullaby, and I'll try one too. I think it was in the early 50s also, when there was a song that was very, very popular on the radio. I believe it was sung by Phil Harris. And this song was called The Thing. Remember The Thing? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, this is the older song. This is an old English song about a chandler's shop. It's called The Chandler's Wife. The chandler shop, that's a candle making shop. You didn't go down for the GE bolts. As I went into the chandler shop, some candles for to buy. I looked about the chandler shop, but no one did espy. Well, I was disappointed, so some angry words I said when I heard the sound of a right above my head. Yes, I heard the sound of a right above my head. Well, I was quick and I was slick, so up the stairs I sped. Very surprised was I to find the chandler's wife in bed. And with her was another man of quite considerable size. Yes, and they were having a right before my eyes. Yes, and they were having a right before my eyes. Now when the fun was over and done, The lady raised her head, and very surprised was she to find me standing by the bed. If you will be discreet, my boy, if you will be so kind, you two can come up for some whenever you feel inclined. Yes, you two can come up for some whenever you feel inclined. So many a day and many a night when the chandler was not home, to get myself some candles to the chandler shop at Rome. But never a one did she give to me, she give to me instead just a little bit more of that to light my way to bed. Just a little bit more of that to light my way to bed. This song has a moral. Now all ye married men, take heed. Whenever you go to town, if you must leave your woman alone, be sure to tie her down. Or if you would be kind to her, just sit her down there on the floor, yes, and give her so much of that she doesn't want any more. Yes, and give her so much of that she doesn't want any more. Thank you.
I'm glad there's some moral in that story. Dick Barker. Classic stuff. All right, we're moving on here. We've got a little switcheroo going around here. Cal needs to work with a guy that's going to be leaving here shortly. But while he's still here, here's Cal Clover and Doug Woody. No, just Cal.
Good. You'll come set. Thanks. Thank you. Oh, it's dark. Good. Well, a lot of people say, how long you been here? Well, it's hard for me to answer that question because I worked up in Yellowstone, boy, a long time ago now, the early 70s, and I moved out to here in 1979 at Florida State. Yay, FSU, Seminoles. But I was a distance runner there, and something I've kind of stuck with for a long time here. I've run all these trails up Cascade and Avalanche and Death Canyon and all these trails here, but time's starting to wear on the knees a little bit. I haven't had them scoped yet, but I thought it was time for a new sport. So last year I got myself a Pack Cat. Y'all might as well go out and get one because everybody's going to have one. It's like the Frisbee was in 1972. A Pack Cat. It's an inflatable catamaran. There's two 8-foot pontoons, and you blow these things up, and you have a seat you sit on and a seat for your feet, so you're sitting on top of this, and it's an amazingly durable craft. I went and did the Teton River over in Idaho first. You know, it's just flat, calm, and it was fine. It's this real pretty river going through farm country. I said, oh, no problem there. Then I put in right across the river there and did from Moose down to Wilson, and there's no problem there. I stayed in the boat in a couple little rapids. Next was the Hoback River, and that was this. Remember what high water was last year, and I did get flipped out. If you all know the Hoback River, right before you go that steep-sided canyon, it flipped me out. So I said I'm going to do the next intelligent thing: go down Lunch Counter by myself. You know Lunch Counter. I made it through that first one. I made it through the second one, and all of a sudden there was this big mountain of water tumbling me over, and I flipped over on that boat then, and it was quite an experience being in Lunch Counter in high water. What are these 30? What is that? About 38,000 CFS or something in there, taking me down river, and I got back up in the boat, and it flipped me out. And what is that called? Champagne or something? That third set of rapids, and I got back in the boat, and it put me in the water again. It's quite an experience trying to hold on to a paddle and a boat and get back in at the same time. But you got to get this Pack Cat. It's an amazing thing. For $600, you can get this boat. You can get a wetsuit. You can get little booties and gloves and a paddle and a life jacket, and you're ready to go down these rivers. It's an amazing thing. It's really fun. But anyway, when I got flipped out, I had the deep river blues there. What Happened to That Girl, which leads into this song by Doc Watson.
Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got those deep river blues. There ain't no one to cry for me, the fish all go out on a spree, 'cause I got those deep river blues. My old gal's a good old gal, she looks just like waterfowl, 'cause I got those deep river blues. There ain't no one to cry for me, the fish all go out on a spree, when I got those deep river blues. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna sail if she floats, 'cause I got those deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there I'm told, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna sail if she floats, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Now I gotta say goodbye, if I sink just let me die, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Thank you. Yeehaw.
Okay, the Wine Cellar Crew. Oh boy. So we'll go this way. I kind of a left to right thing. Should we do that? Whatever for the little other stuff. And I think we're gonna go in D. You know what? You're so organized. Yeah, we're organized, and we've got an introduction for this song. We must have one here someplace. I think I know the song by Doc Watson too, and which is a fellow who did the first one. G, more or less.
Now mama don't allow no fiddle playing around here. Now mama don't allow no fiddle playing around here. Oh, we don't care what mama don't allow. Doug gonna play that fiddle anyhow. Doug gonna play some fiddle music around here. Bobby Dornan don't want no bass playing around here. Bobby Dornan won't no bass playing around here. Oh, but we don't care what Bobby Dornan don't now. We gonna play that bass now anyhow. Pete Carney gonna play some bass music around here. Keep on. Take a breath. Now, mama don't allow no dobro playing around here. Leslie Peterson don't want no dobro playing around here. Well, we don't care what Leslie don't allow. Hank gonna play out anyhow. Come on, Hank, play them dobro around here. We already know this one.
Cal Clover and Company. All right, moving on. We'll get the guy back that was supposed to play in that slot. Here is, for his second time with us this evening, Dave Benson.
Howdy again. It's got quite a bit brighter up here. Alright. Someone said it earlier, but I have no clue what I'm going to play. Kind of forgot what I was going to do. But we'll do something. Alright, I got something in my head. And a little traveling tune. Man was a working man, worked so hard to cut loose out on the road, looking for some place to call his home. Met a lady, mighty fine young woman, sit up on the river, yeah, on that Cuckoo River. Bridge coming up. He's never gotta be alone, 'cause he's got a woman and a plane to call his home, yeah. You know that Simon was a working man, yeah. Fade out. I was sitting downstairs in that wine cellar, and I started playing another tune of mine, way that I'd never played it before, and I think I'm going to try it here. So, it goes something like this. Once again, it's about a woman. How many tunes here about women or whiskey or drinking or, you know, sorrow and... Yeah, it's, you know, I don't know why people write about that stuff. I guess it's the stuff that hits you in the heart that you write about. So, it was something like this. I only got halfway through it and I said, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm going to try that tonight. So, something like this. See if I can... Give me a second here. I'll get it. There it is. Usually do a lot slower, kind of folky. Good. so familiar yet so far. Yeah, I just sit and wonder what's to come. New day will rise with the coming of the sun. Who's to say? I said, who's to say what it hold my brain? From the Grand to the Northwest and go. Feeling just kinda flow across the plain. Love no space or time. Live life for the day. You know, expression through words sometimes just don't pay. No, but who's to say? Who's to say what hold my brain? From the headwater to the drainage of the Great River. Feeling just kinda slows down the way. Love no space or time. Yeah, no space or time. I said love knows no space or time. Yeah.
Thank you. That was fun, thanks. Never played it like that.
Dave Benson. All right, moving on. We get around to the guy that has the biggest instrument here. Makes the biggest noise. Here it is, Pete Carney.
He's right here. You got Dave. This one's for Bob Dornan.
Hey, all right, hey,
this I probably have the least imaginative.
the mic a little bit there, Carter.
He heckles me.
It's okay. There we go. All right, on.
Can you hear me? All right, good. I wrote this one about spending a night in Lee J's with Matt Miller, and it was a very colorful evening, and
How many years ago was this?
It's been a long time ago. Last week. That was a long time ago. But, I have a very unimaginative bass part. But it is a big instrument. The question is, how am I holding it up? And also, Dick Barker, by the way, I mean, the profanity rule, I mean, really. And then he sings a song like that is just so close to censorship. I mean, I really find it a double standard. I can't say the F word. I mean, I'm completely crippled up here. I mean, I don't have Anyway, all right. One night after drinking in Jackson, we did the late night shift of PJs till dawn. With some kids sitting at the next table, springing in there, sniveling in their eggs all night long. Sorry, guys. I asked them, why do you whine about money when you throw it a frisbee all day to a fat dog named Bear with a rag on your head? Well, you must have gone lazy out here. He says, I wake up and I look out window. Nope, ain't no jobs out there. This high cost of living is a bummer, dude. And I think we just drank our last beer. And I asked him, why do you whine about money with that beautiful girl sitting there? She ain't getting nowhere, but I can't help but stare. Has she met any cowboys out here? 'Cause you're missing the part about the northern lights. Getting high and getting drunk ain't everything. You'll have to walk for the cops down the Great Divide. And you won't get to hear old Bill Briggs sing. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Well, we had up the last of our biscuits, and I rolled out a few bucks for the tip. I could see that we'd hurt their little feelings. We didn't want to give us cowboys no lip. So they just said, why do you ride for your money? Why do you roll for short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Well, you must have gone crazy out here. Yodelay, 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 dee, yodelay, 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 dee, yodelay, dee. Do it like this. Eat fast. Fast eat. This is an old Hank Williams song. And I lived it. I came in last night at 9:45. That baby of mine that didn't let me in. So move it on over. Rock it on over. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in. She told me not to play around, and I done let that deal go down. So scratch it on over, move it on over, move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog moving in. She told me not to fool around, and I done let that deal go down. So scratch it on over, move it on over, move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in. Take it, head, you dog, you. But I'll be busy scratching fleas, so ease it on over. Scratch it on over. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in. She changed the lock on my front door, and my poor key don't fit no more, so ease it on over. Scratch it on over. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog moving in. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog moving in.
Pete Carney with the slap bass. He does a good job with that. He also plays guitar awfully well. It's his songs that are questionable. Here we go, along with a guy comes up from Texas. Gonna give us some songs from down that way. Here's Gary Smith.
Thank you. I borrowed Greg Heckler's guitar. He says, play a little bit of it, let me listen to it. And he says, boy, that sounds good. He said, it's probably older than you. And I said, I don't think so. You know, I hear about this West Texas rancher driving up through Arkansas to the back roads, and he seen this old man walking down the mailbox, and he thought, well, I think I'll just stop and talk to him. So he did. He pulled over and he says, hey, mister, he says, how many acres you got in this here ranch? He says, I got me 33. He says, that ain't much of a ranch, is it? He says, you know, back in West Texas where I come from, he says, I can get in my pickup truck, daybreak, drive toward my back fence, get to my back fence, eat my lunch, start my pickup truck up, drive back to the house when it's sundown. I said, what do you think of that? He said, yep, I had me a pickup truck like that one time too. Got a request for this called Trying Stuff On. I took your old photograph from our dresser drawer. Well, I set it on the table and I talked to it to 4. Then I seen your nightie on the table by the phone. And I've been sitting at home trying stuff on. Well, I went through your jewelry. I found your clip-on hoop earrings, your lipstick and your makeup, your accessories and things. Then I plundered through your closet till I found an extra long. And I've been sitting at home trying stuff on. Trying stuff on, I'm trying stuff on. Your 6-inch heels and your Fabergé cologne. Well, left me with your memory and the wardrobe that you own. And I've been sitting at home trying stuff on. Well, I put on your sequin ball gown and I checked the mirror there. Why, I look like Cindy Crawford, but with too much body hair. Then I got to thinking I'm just too cute to sit at home. Now I'm at happy hour with your stuff on. Well, this trucker made a pass at me. I had to hit him with your purse. Well, the police stepped between us before things got much worse. Then this nice policeman said, can I take you home? Well, he didn't know it was me with your stuff on. Your stuff on, with your stuff on. Your fishnet hose and your Fabergé cologne. Well, left me with your memory and the wardrobe that you own. But I don't pay for drinks with your stuff on. Thank you.
Gary, is it really like that in Texas? Gary Smith. All right, we've got a late signer up who's been coming here for the first time. Going to play for us tonight. I'm not sure just what, but his name is Tim Sherbeck. Tim, are you there? Here you are.
I think I'll sit down. I'm taller that way. I brought my guitar. I'm actually one of those tourists here on a skiing trip, and brought my guitar along. And I didn't know if I was actually going to do the Hootenanny because I don't know many country western songs. But when I walked in here and heard a couple of the songs by some of the gentlemen about the tourists, I figured, well, and the City Slickers, I had to give a little bit back. So I'm gonna play for you. Well, it's the only country western song I ever wrote, and it's kind of unique in that it's from the perspective of a city slicker. So has a little story. A friend of mine named Doree complained that well, no one had ever written a song about Doree, D-E-R-I. And so she was really bummed out, and so I figured, well, I'll sing her a song, and I figured, well, what could be more tongue-in-cheek than to write a country western song. And so I did that, not knowing she liked country western. I still didn't get a date. But anyway, so she comes from a little town in California called Petaluma, which is just north of San Francisco. It used to be a ranch town until about 10 years ago, where they figured California didn't have enough $500,000 homes, and so they built more in Petaluma. So you know, it was a little country song. So that's sort of the background of the song, although the song really is about a different city named Binghamton, New York, which is of course in New York, but it's about as far from New York City as Wyoming is. Has anybody been there? The rest of you aren't missing much. Anyway, and this is about a girl that I met when I was up in Binghamton, New York. I didn't get her name. Story of my life. Anyway, so this song is dedicated to all the local girls who didn't move to LA and get breast implants. Driving back from Oregon from a business trip that took too long. Took a long turn and ended up none other than Petaluma. So I stopped in the cafe. Well, the jukebox, it was out of date till the song came back from 78. I was thinking of skipping supper. That was until you walked up. 'Cause you're the pride of Petaluma. The sparkle in your eye reminds me of a lonely star beneath a cold, dark, empty sky. And as I drive alone back to my big city home, well, I wonder what you're doing tonight, 3. Asked you what the special was, you said it was meatloaf. I ordered an iced tea, but you brought me Coke. Not knowing just what to say, well, I guess I drank it anyway. Preoccupied and out of touch. How could I love you this much? 'Cause you're the pride of Petaluma. The sparkle in your eye reminds me of a lonely star beneath the cold, dark, empty sky. As I drive alone back to your big city home, well, I wonder what you're doing tonight, 3. How do you like it so far? Yeah, well, it gets worse. Well, the local boys, they drive to town to have a beer and hang around. They cuss and swear and talk too much, except for when you're in earshot. Then, of course, they act real cool. They know you're nobody's fool. Around this town, you're real hot stuff, but in the end, they're not good enough. 'Cause you're the pride of Petaluma, sparkle in your eye reminds me of a lonely star beneath a cold, dark, empty sky. And as I drive along back to my big city home, well, I wonder what you're doing tonight, Doreen. And I wonder what you're doing tonight, Doreen. I wonder what you're doing tonight, Doreen. It's hard stuff. Okay, so that was the only country song right now. This is almost a country song. It has the same chords. But yeah, a little bit of a different beat. I guess it's more of a folk rock song. This is a popular song, which is probably a no-no to play something that you might have heard before, because I didn't hear any song I heard before. Anyway, well, I just quit a job that I was married to for the last 11 years, and so I've been singing this song a lot. It's not a funny song, though. It's actually kind of a depressing song.
Trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe see the difference between black and white. The best thing you ever done for me is to help me see my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable.
Something like that.
Blackness has a call that's hard to hear. Wrap myself around me like a blanket. Sail my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shoulder. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountain. Looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. Unless I seek my source, closer I am to find. Yeah. My performance said she could see through me. I lived 4 years hard straight to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountain. Looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find. Yeah.
I'm really nervous.
Stopped by the bar at 3 a.m. Saw this in a bottle or possibly a friend. Woke up with a headache like my head against the board. Was as foggy as I was the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. We'll go to the doctor, I went to the mountain. Looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. We go to the doctor, we go to the mountain. We go to the children, we drank from the fountain. We go to the Bible, we go to the workout. We read up on the Bible, we stand up on the lookout. There's more than one answer to these
message. Tim Sherbuck. And that's our program for tonight. Thank you all for coming. We're going to do it again next week.